Hey guys, welcome back for day 11 of our March Madness campaign. Oh, this campaign has been so much fun. It has been a lot of work for sure, but I have just loved being able to reach more and more people about epilepsy awareness, and it's just given me so much joy to be able to see that I'm actually impacting people and that I'm really spreading awareness through this project. So, thank you all for tuning in. It really does mean a lot to me. So today's video was actually unplanned. I was not planning to do a part 2 to the My Epilepsy Journey. I did not think you guys would be that interested in my story. But as I was looking back at the other 10 videos I've already made, the one that has gotten a significantly more amount of views and a significant more amount of attention is actually the day 1, so the My Epilepsy Journey. And I'm not just talking a 1 or 2 view difference either. It's 20 more views than any of the other videos. So, I was thinking I really want to reach you guys in whatever way best speaks to you. And if hearing about my journey helps you guys understand epilepsy better, then what better way to share epilepsy awareness with you? Because there's definitely more of the story to tell. So, yeah, that's what sparked the idea for today's video, which is part 2 of the My Epilepsy Journey. Okay, so as I mentioned in my very first video, I was diagnosed with epilepsy when I was 7. So that was not easy. It was absence seizures, and at first we weren't sure if I was just daydreaming or what was going on. And so finally my mom said, I don't think it's daydreaming. We should really go get her tested and looked at because I feel like something else is going on here. So they brought me to my pediatrician, and she said, I am pretty sure it's epilepsy, but I'm not positive. And so then we went through 3 different doctors, because we tried holistic care, and we tried all sorts of things because my parents, they just weren't sure about taking me to Children's yet. But then finally, when the holistic methods weren't working, they finally took me to Children's Hospital, I think when I was 8. And I got an EEG, and they confirmed, yes, it is epilepsy. And so then we started down the path of regulating medications and all of that. When I was about 10 years old, I had my first tonic-clonic seizure. And so that was definitely a very scary and concerning time for my parents, and for me, obviously. It was new. It was out of the blue. We thought we got the absence seizures, and then all of a sudden we were thrown for a loop. But we got that through adding more medication and just different appointments, MRIs, EEGs. We figured it out. But then when I was 13, they decided to try and take me off the medication. And at first I was like, I don't want to go off the medication. I don't want to have another seizure. But we decided to try it, and I was seizure-free for about a year without medication. But then what happened was the absence seizures came back. So thankfully, I didn't have any more tonic-clonic seizures, but the absence seizures did come back. So then I went back on the medication when I was 15, and it's all been well since then. But throughout those years, it was definitely more of an emotional journey than it was a physical journey, because when I was really little, so from the time I was about 7 to 12, I did not understand why I had to keep going to the hospital when I felt perfectly fine. Because the weird thing about seizures is that when you're not having a seizure, you feel perfectly fine. And my mom even told me that when I would have a seizure, like a tonic-clonic seizure or even an absence seizures, I would come out of it and I wouldn't even want to talk about it. I would just want to keep going with my life, not dwell on it. So that was definitely a frustrating part for me. I was like, I'm fine. I'm not having a seizure. Why do we have to go to the hospital? My little mind could not wrap around the fact that you have to go to the hospital when you're not having a seizure to prevent you from having seizures. So I got angry a lot. I got very sad. I got very frustrated. So that was definitely not the best time for me. And then also there was the whole social situation there. Is I felt like my epilepsy made me different. And I didn't really understand that having epilepsy was okay. It's something that a lot of people have, a lot of other kids have it. It's not like a negative mark on you. But that is how little 8-year-old me decided to take it, and I took it and ran with it. So I decided not to tell anyone about my epilepsy, which now I kind of regret doing. But of course, my parents were super supportive of me. They told me, if you want to talk about it, we can talk about it. If you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to. So I really respect them for that, because if they had tried to force me to talk about it at the time, I don't think it would have gone well. But I do wish I could tell my younger self it's okay. Like, having epilepsy is okay. And that's why, that is the whole purpose of this YouTube channel, is to reach essentially my younger self. I mean, like, I know it's not me, but to reach a younger generation, to tell kids with epilepsy, it's okay. Like, you're gonna be okay. Having epilepsy does not define you, and it does not make you a bad person. It does not put a negative mark on you. And so I went through quite a few years of feeling like it was something I had to hide. And I'm not really sure how that all got started in my mind, but it did. And so then when I was 17, so almost 2 years ago, I was writing a research paper for one of my college essays. And in that research paper, she said, write a paper about something that you don't know that much about. So I was a declared nursing major at that point, and I decided to research childhood epilepsy because I figured might as well know more about, like, my own condition, because I knew next to nothing about epilepsy, aside from the fact that I had it and I needed to take medication. So I researched it, and what I found absolutely blew me away, because I found that a lot of kids and teens and adults with epilepsy felt exactly the same way I did. Like, they did not want to talk about it. They felt like it was something to hide. They felt embarrassed by their epilepsy. And at that time, I started thinking, I wonder why we all feel this exact same way. And as I started researching epilepsy more, I realized there's really no reason for us to feel this way. So then I got plugged into the Epilepsy Foundation of Colorado, to the Youth Council. I was like, something's got to change here. And so I wanted to start becoming a voice for epilepsy awareness. And so then I started this YouTube channel, started this campaign, and here we are. So intermixed in there is, of course, everything that I went through with school, which you can view that in my Part 1 campaign, or my Part 1 Epilepsy Journey. And that is all. That is me. If you have any more questions about my journey, I'm happy to answer them. But that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. And so thank you for tuning in. Tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be such a big day because I've been chosen to speak at Pikes Peak Community College's Multicultural Awareness Conference, and I am bringing epilepsy to the table, and it's going to be great, and I'm so excited. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be chosen. So please tune in tomorrow, because I will be filming live from the college, and then I will be including clips from the speech, so it's sure to be a really great video. So thank you all.